My name's Steve from John Southworth. We're the contractor that's constructed these 22 houses here on Blackrock Street, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about how you can get the most out of these homes and reduce your energy bills. So we're here on Blackrock Street. This is a new build development of 22 houses, and they've all been constructed to Passivhaus low energy standards. Passivhaus low energy standards is a performance criteria where you build a property to be as energy efficient as possible by improving the insulation in the walls, in the ceiling, in the floor, and the way that you construct it so that you lose very little heat through the building. You also improve the air tightness, so we not only lose heat by loss of insulation, we lose heat because the air that is heated up inside the property is allowed to escape through junctions in walls and floors, where the windows are. Any gaps and holes in a house, air is allowed to leak, and typically it's quite a lot. In a Passivhaus, we seal the building so it actually is really airtight and we don't lose any heat through air changes being leaked to outside. So these are really super efficient home, but you have to make sure that you use them correctly. So the first thing to know about a Passivhaus is that you don't need to fire your central heating up every morning just to warm up the house, and then open your windows as it starts to get warm and then put your heating on again. A Passivhaus house will automatically keep the house to a comfortable temperature providing you use it correctly. So you need to think about things like the sun, when it's shining through the window, is heating up the house. In the winter, when it's cold, you'll want it to heat up the house, but in the summer, when it's warm, you won't want it to heat up the house. So we'll be installing blinds in each one of these properties. So in the summer, when the sun's shining through the window, leave your blinds shut, go to work, carry on your day, and then as you return in the evening, you can open your blinds when the sun isn't shining through the window, and you don't get that solar gain warming up your house when you don't necessarily want it. Also fitted within these properties is a ventilation unit called a mechanical ventilation with heat recovery, or MVH for short. This ventilation unit will deal with all the extraction and all the air movement within the property. It will also recover the heat within the property and keep it to a comfortable temperature with clean, fresh, filtered air. It's paramount that you leave this MVHI unit on at all times. It's saving you a lot of money, typically saving you probably around £60 to £70 every month. If you turned it off, you would have to heat the property through the electric panel heaters, so you need to make sure that you leave this running at all times. You can still open your window in a Passivhaus house. You don't need to leave all your windows shut, but when you do open your window, if it's starting to get cool in the evening, close your window before it gets cool in your property, and then your MVHI unit will keep distributing that heat that's already within your building so that you don't get cool in the evening. Here's your MVHI unit. It's all automatic, there's nothing to do with it. One Manchester will have to come in and service the appliance, probably every 6 to 12 months, depending on how long it lasts, the filters inside it, and whether it needs attention sooner. But other than that, you need to do nothing. If for any reason you notice that the ventilation unit isn't working, which you'll be able to tell because there'll be no air coming out of any of the vents, at that point then you'll need to report it to One Manchester, make sure that it's turned on. But other than that, just leave it, it'll do all the work for you. The vents on the MVHI unit come out above the doors. You'll notice above your doors you've got a vent, and you'll notice within your bathrooms and your kitchen and your living room you've got vents that are in the ceiling. These are circulating the air inside the property. Don't block them, don't obstruct them, leave them to do the work. They are very quiet and it's only a little bit of air that's being pushed through them at all times, so it's not going to be a nuisance. Also on your MVHI unit you've got boost switches, which are in your bathrooms and in your kitchen. If you were to go to use your bathroom and you wanted the extractor fan to run like you would in a typical house, you simply press the boost switch and the MVHI unit will automatically go into boost mode for 15 minutes or until it stops detecting humidity in the air. So when you want to use a shower, make sure you turn it on, and then it will get rid of the moisture. It will also get rid of the cooking smells, so in the kitchen it will automatically, as soon as you put it in boost mode, get rid of the cooking smells. It will use that heat that it's taken from the kitchen, put it back into your house, so it's heating your house for free,
but it won't put the stale air and the smells in your house. It will get rid of them outside. Also within your property, if you follow us down there, Kaz. We've got a Dimplex Edel cylinder. This is a hot water cylinder, and it's got an air source heat pump built into the cylinder that recovers the heat from the outside and will heat up your hot water by the air from outside. It's a remarkable, very clever piece of technology. This will work up to 7 degrees. When it gets below 7 degrees, it won't heat your temperature up to 55 degrees. You'll need to turn on the immersion heater, there's instructions of how to do that. It's very simple and easy to use, but it's a really clever piece of technology, and it's going to save you a lot of money on your energy. So that's about it with the Passivhaus. It's dead simple, as long as you make sure that you keep the MVHR unit running at all times, that you shut your blinds on a sunny day when you don't want it to warm up the house, but leave them open on a sunny day when you do want it to warm up the house. When it's winter, leave them open. When it's summer, close them. Use your windows and doors if you want to, but shut them before it gets too cold. And then at the last resort, if you do need to add a bit of heating in, there is some panel heaters fitted within your house, which if it was a really cold day outside and you just needed a little bit of extra heat, you can turn them on. But just remember, when you do turn them on, they are costing you money. So if you can avoid turning them on by making sure that you keep your ventilation unit running and that you open your curtains and shut them when you need to, then that's the best option. Thank you very much. I hope you found that useful.